Let's do a 2-week flip through of One Book July. We are right in the middle of July and I've been going strong with the bullet journal that I chose for One Book July. This one right here is a travel size notebook from Notebook Therapy, and I'm housing it in this TN cover. This is your standard size TN, and the reason that I'm doing it is because the notebook itself is gorgeous. It has a velvet cover and I've been doing my best to protect it from being scratched or dirt or anything like that. And so this is the notebook that I mentioned. It is the Tsuki line, and this one is so beautiful. It has moon and stars here on the edge. It has the same image here and also as well as here. As you can see, it's beautiful black velvet. It does have an elastic to enclose it this way. And as you can see here, I do not feed the notebook in the cover. I just keep it inside to protect it, and to additionally protect it from the inside of the leather, because this is untreated leather, I also have this travel size pocket, like a wallet. It's a fabric in a wallet. It has some pockets here, zipper here. I'm using it mostly to protect the notebook, but I keep a few cards here. You can keep so many different things in it. It has this big pocket right here, and as I mentioned, it has the zip pocket right here, and I did thread it through the notebook cover itself, so it sits there safely. In addition to that, even though I'm doing One Book July, I'm not doing One Pen July, because often those go hand in hand. I am using just one pen to write in it, and this here is Energel Klena in brown, the sepia color, which I love. I loved it in my journals last year because it's not as harsh as black, and it's really nice and gentle on the eyes, and also gives a little bit of like the softer antique feel to your journaling. But as far as additional things, I do use quite a few other writing instruments here. Here I have the Planning Pack from Erin Condren that holds a bunch of stickers in here, but mostly right now I'm using it for these pens over here. I have these two Food Touch pens, one in brown and one in this dark turquoise. I also have Mr. Pen, this highlighter in this nice seafoam green. I have the portable scissors here for when I need to cut washi tape. I have a highlighter here from Kokuyo Mark Plus. I have a couple Stabilo pens in here in purple because I've been trying to use this notebook in this kind of like moody, starry, galaxy kind of vibe, so I figured let me have these two purple pens, even though right now I end up using turquoises and brown, my two favorite colors, so I kind of end up going to them. And then I have a drawing pen in here in brown. And as I mentioned, washi tapes, what I've been doing is, even though I did buy gorgeous washi tapes from Notebook Therapy with the set, as a set with this notebook, I've been actually kind of trying to save them because they're so gorgeous. And so for now, I'm using this set that I got from Amazon, Starry Universe washi tapes. And there are these beautiful washi tapes here in different shades of blue and black and purple, and there are thin ones and wide ones, so I use them kind of in combination with each other. So definitely been really enjoying this washi tape set right here. But let's get to actual notebook right here. So I started this notebook exactly on July 1st because I got it a little bit of a time prior to that, actually like I think in June-ish, but I figured, you know what, let me start it in July, so that's the beginning of new quarter, beginning of new 6-month period. I started on July 1st, and since today is July 14th, so I've been using it for exactly 2 weeks, and I wanted to give you a kind of look into it. From my initial setup video, I showed you that I haven't done much with this spread here yet. There are a couple things here. They're just pieces of washi tape that I didn't want to throw away, and I figured maybe I'll be just sticking on, like as I go and I get some spare stickers or washi tapes, I might stick them in here. I will try to keep it somewhat cohesive. It's not going to be just like a dumping ground, but right now I haven't done much with this layout here. I haven't done much with this. Every notebook has these 2 pages kind of stuck together. I've seen have different creative ways of using them, but I haven't done anything with it yet. And then here I have the July spread. So as I mentioned, decided to start it in July, so then I had a quarter, you know, kind of like a 6-month starting point. So we are in 2024, so I wrote 2024 here, and then I wrote up 3 calendars here for the quarter: July, August, and September. And the washi tapes that I used here are actually from 3 different sets. This one here is from Notebook Therapy, that beautiful set that I got. So are these stickers. This tape here and this tape here actually from a completely different set that I don't have here with me, but I've been using this one and the other set interchangeably here and there. So all I did here, like I said, I drew up 3 calendars here, did this vertical washi tape, a couple stickers, and then I just used the sticker here from Passion Planner, and I just wrote July. And then next one here is the spread with goals and this month. Before I forget, I mentioned in my previous videos, but a lot of these spreads are inspired by Heda from Mochi Bujo. Please follow her channel. Her spreads are so beautiful and they are so creative, but at the same time they're not intimidating. She is very creative, but you can see how she layers everything, and it gives you ideas to kind of like how you can start doing it yourself. I know I have a very far way to go to do as complex spreads like hers, but at least gives me an idea of what kind of spreads to have, and I decided to keep mine somewhat decorated but also minimal, just not to intimidate myself with having them perfect. The spreads that I borrowed from Heda are this one here with beginning of the month. Then goals. So far I only had a couple goals. I did complete one of them. I'm sure as I go forward I'm gonna have more goals, but I am in a time of my life where I'm very busy at work, so I don't give myself too many goals because I don't have energy or time to complete them. But I do want to have a goal spread in my planner nonetheless, to kind of keep an eye on that and not give up on achieving some goals for myself. As I mentioned, here is this month. This is your classic Bujo, you know, monthly track or monthly spread, where you just have days of the month here and then days of the week right here, and then I'm just writing whatever event is happening on that day. So far these are the events that happened or will happen so far. You can use this spread in multiple ways. You can use it to note down particular events or appointments you have coming up, or you can use it for one important event every day. So in the end of each day you can come in here and just write like one highlight of the day. You can use it in that way as well. Obviously you can use it as a tracker, so if every day you want to write down the steps walked or an amount of money spent, you can do it as well. So there are so many ways you can use this particular vertical monthly layout. And then I have spread here for tasks. So I've been jotting down tasks as they come up and then checking them off as I completed them. So far I have one that I keep on, or actually 2 that I keep on actually moving from day to day. It's been a pretty busy month, as they all seem this year, but I'm loving how this combination came out. So even though these are still all like stars and universe kind of thing related, this spread all ended up being in turquoise, which I love. This particular washi tape came from this set. It's actually right here, and then the thinner one I believe also came from here. Here it is. And the butterfly came from a set of like a witchy stickers that I got from Amazon, and the Foodie Touch pens that I mentioned earlier here is one of them that I'm using here. And then I just used one of my thinner markers to draw out the box here to kind of like give it a little bit of a shape. This notebook comes with 2 page markers, and I'm keeping one on tasks because it's kind of one of my more active spreads, and then the other one I keep on my daily or weekly, however you want to see those spreads. We'll get to it in a bit. Next spread is a brain dump. As you can see, I've been using it a lot. I'm actually wishing I dedicated 4 pages or 2 spreads to brain dump, because I do get ideas all the time and I jot them down. Things here are mostly dedicated to my actual channel and my Etsy shop, or my future ideas kind of thing. The washi tapes here are from Notebook Therapy, from that same set. Gorgeous. And I used a brown Foodie Touch pen here, and then I'm using this Energel Cleaner to write. As you can see, my brain dump spread is almost out of space, and I still have 2 more weeks to go, so I might end up creating another brain dump space in the following week. I'll show it to you in a minute. And then when all else fails, of course, there are sticky notes. I've been jotting something down at my desk related to a trip that I'm planning to take, and so I just decided to put this sticky note in here not to get it lost. And after this is where the actual daily spreads begin. So if you're familiar with bullet journal method, you have your monthly layout and then you have your daily entries. And daily entries could be a combination of like to-do items, thoughts, feelings, events, and just things like that. You can of course track different things in there as well. For example, I decided to track my sleep, my water intake, and my steps. And then in the entries here are a combination of to-dos and kind of events and whatever pops into my head. When I started with this spread, I decided not to pre-create every day because I didn't know how much or how little each day will take up. And I'm glad that I didn't, because as you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were about same length. Thursday got longer and Friday was really long. And because of that, I decided going forward not to pre-draw or pre-decorate daily spreads or spaces for dailies. Because again, I don't know how big or how long or how small the day would be, so I want to give myself that space and not be crammed in one space or have too much space in another day. So as I mentioned, I did start with July 1st, so here it is, especially since July 1st was Monday, and for me week that starts on Monday. I thought it was the perfect way to start a notebook, so I wrote here week 27 because that's what it was. And here we have first week of July, Monday through Friday. That was the week when we went traveling on 4th of July, and then we spent the weekend in Central California. It was so nice. And I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram about this particular spread, but I was kind of laughing at myself at how when I started this journal, my plan for it to be like really dark and moody, stars and moon and mystery. And then of course I end up putting cute Meringue stickers all over here. But I just love them. They always bring me joy, and they're so tiny. They fit perfectly in the little spaces. In fact, the spread was mostly just writing and just markers and highlighters, and then I went through and was able to fit these tiny stickers because they're so small. I was able to find tiny spaces to put them to just brighten up the page a little bit and show that vacation spirit kind of deal. In this particular spread, I use again the Photo Touch pens, both turquoise and brown, and then I also use the Pentel Energel Clena pen to write. I did a little bit of highlighting, so this particular one is from Mild Liners, and that was like, I believe it's called like Natural Set, so it's kind of sagey. I like it a lot. But then when I went to the next page, I decided to switch them around, and I changed where I used the Photo Touch pens, and then I also started using this mint green. So if you look here, you can see that I wrote the days of the week with brown Photo Touch pen. Let me pull them out so you can see them. So this one right here, and then the separators I did with this one. And as I mentioned, this was Mild Liner, and this was Energel Clena. I also used a little bit of this thin Starry washi tape here too to just decorate the top. But then when you go to next spread, I did it on purpose because I didn't want it to be like monotonous, because I am keeping it somewhat minimal, so I wanted to bring at least some variety into it by switching things around. So the way I did it is, on this spread is the other way around. The days of the week are written with turquoise one, and the day separators are with the brown one. Text is still written with Energel Clena. I love this pen. I literally don't see myself giving it up anytime soon. I've been using it for 2 years and I'm loving it. And then I still use that same thin washi tape here at the top. And here when we went into week 28, I wrote it here. And on this particular spread, I actually did a combination of stickers. Here still some Meringue cute stickers, but I also have the Create with Pen. She had a little sticker sheet that I got from her that had like different planets and stars and constellations, so I thought it was perfect to use in my planetary, my galaxy themed notebook here. But then I also had a tiny coffee stickers here that I used from Swatelier. So all my little tiny stickers that I have a bunch of that you can see in my previous videos, I got them to use specifically in Moleskine Pocket or any of the pocket planners, and they're perfect. They're so small you can use them anywhere, right? You can just gonna drop them as little drops of sunshine in all of your spreads. So this is how this one is looking. And then going to this spread, and this is this week, we are right here. As you can see, I like ran out of space, but I figured I don't want to roll over Sunday over here and I kind of like encroach on the following week. So I decided, okay, Sunday just gonna get this little space, you know, forgive me Sunday. And in this specific spread, I used a different planetary washi tape, again from the same set here. I thought it was so beautiful. And I switched the Futo Touch pens again, doing the separators with turquoise and the words in brown. And the stickers that I use here, again, a little bit of a combo. This planet, like a Saturn planet, this beautiful rainbow with strawberries, and this constellation are from Create with Pen. And then this one is a Spotalier from the same set as here. So I think it's so cute. I love how all of these playing together, how it's decorated but also minimal, and it makes me really happy. And because I didn't pre-decorate the days, I feel free to, I do not feel constrained of how long or how short the day should be. And because of that, it brings me a lot of fun to look forward to next day, because I know that I'm gonna have as much space as I need to write out what I need. And if I have nothing to say, then it's okay for my day to be this short, right? As I mentioned, one of the reasons I made Sunday so small is because I didn't want a Sunday to kind of encroach on this next spread, because I am trying to keep spread, if I can, starting with Monday. Of course, if another day runs over like this one, it's fine, but I didn't want to like Sunday to end here and then Monday start afterwards. So this one gonna start for the next week. Also, like I said, because my brain dump space is running out of room and we still have 2 more weeks to go, I'm thinking to maybe dedicate this spread to another brain dump and then start the next week on the following spread. So that's I will see, either I will start a week here and do brain dump after, or vice versa. Thinking probably brain dump first, so then I don't have to worry about week being broken up in 2. So that's going to be another brain dump. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to make it in brown as well to match this one, but I might use slightly different washi tape, because the washi tape set from Notebook Therapy does have a lot of other brown washi tapes, very like antique feel, so I might use them to kind of mix things up. And then this way I don't have to worry about not having room to put my thoughts or ideas I get for my channel and for my shop. And so that's, you're gonna see it in the next video about you know, my being in this one book. So now, speaking of one book, as you can tell, I've been enjoying myself in here. As much as I love planners, as much as I love buying planners or having, you know, 5 planners at the same time, it is sometimes is overwhelming. I'm sure some of you can relate. And having myself dedicate only one book for my planner or my memory keeping or whatever you want to call this, been actually giving me a lot of peace of mind. I don't have to wonder which notebook to bring, what I'm gonna write where I'm gonna note what. I just have one and everything is in here. And I am really surprised with myself, but in my previous videos you would hear me many times said that I don't like narrow vertical format. It feels constraining. I feel like I cannot write, that my hand falls off the page. But I think it was not just the narrow pages that I didn't like, but most of the narrow pages that I've seen before were in classic traveler notebooks, which are very thin, and therefore they didn't give me kind of room to write, didn't give me space or like base to rely on. This one, because it's a notebook, it's not a thin notebook, it's a full-on 144 page notebook. It gives me this regular notebook feel while also being narrow, and somehow these two things making me really enjoy this one. In fact, I've been looking out to see what other companies carry these kind of format notebooks. So I already got another set from Notebook Therapy. It's their cat collection. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. It's really cute. It has cat stamps and cat stickers. I'll do unboxing for it in August, but it's really adorable. But then I also found that Hemlock and Oak and also Archer and Olive have traveler size notebooks that are like this, that are thick, full-on notebooks, just in a narrow format. So I've been really enjoying it. I'm actually really surprised, pleasantly surprised how much I'm liking it. I think probably what it is that because it is narrow, it's not as intimidating as a regular A5 notebook. Like, I have the height, so then I can rest my hand instead of like the pocket when it's small in every direction. This one is tall enough for my hand to rest when I write, but it also not too big where I feel like I have all this space to fill out. It makes me go through notebook and fill out next spread kind of fast. Yes, you might say, well, then it makes you run out of notebook that much faster, but from Heather's videos, it looks like these notebooks last her about 3 months, which is perfect because then you just basically have a notebook per quarter. So every quarter of the year, you just get new notebook, and by the end of the year, you have 4 notebooks. And I would think it'll be so cute to have them sit on the shelf, all same size, you know, just especially with Notebook Therapy, they have these beautiful designs on the back. I'm definitely really enjoying this kind of a notebook and this notebook format. And another thing that I really love about working with this kind of journal right now is that I have a chance to finally use my TN cover here. I got this cover, I think, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago, pretty long time, and I used it for a while, but because at that time most of the notebooks I would find in TN size would be the thin ones, which I didn't like. It's been, you know, on the shelf waiting for its turn, and now I get to use it. I love this specific one because even though it's not shiny, it also doesn't wear off. My other leathers that I have, if they're not shiny, that the brown covering of the leather ends up wearing off on other surfaces, which always makes me kind of wary. This one doesn't. It's sturdy enough, but it's also very comfy and soft enough, which I love. And I love to have this pocket in this beach glass blue, which if you guys know me, you know I love this kind of a blue. So this combination of things just brings so much joy into me. And as I mentioned, I've been really enjoying my time in this notebook. So far, One Book July definitely is not a challenge for me. It's actually enjoyment, and I'm seeing myself completing July in this notebook without a problem. And now, of course, the challenge that I have is, do I switch to another planner in August, or do I make One Book August as well and just continue in this? I honestly think that I'll definitely finish summer in this notebook, and I'll see how it goes from there. It's really beautiful notebook, and I do not want to leave it unfinished. And as I mentioned, I also got another one with a kitty cat on it from Notebook Therapy. I might leave it for fall, maybe for last 3 months of this year when it's cozy. You know, the cats and coziness go together, and it's also in this like really cozy, like a orangey yellow color, which completely not my color, but just this whole set was so cute, I couldn't say no. But yeah, this is how my One Book July been going. In the comments down below, let me know how are you doing. Are you participating in this challenge? What kind of notebook are you using? Actually considered before I went into One Book July to use a ring planner, because then you can put all kinds of things in it while having one book. I think that's like the most flexible option, but I decided to really challenge myself with true notebook where you have just this one thing, and you have to figure out, you know, how you going through your day and how you're planning. And I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying this simple format. I like that it's smaller. I like that it's portable. I love the quality of paper. It's gorgeous. I love being able to use all my markers and highlighters without worrying them, you know, ghosting to the other side or bleeding to the other side. In the beginning, I actually used fountain pens over here. They also did really well, so that made me really happy. I might consider using fountain pens in August in here. I will see. I do love my clan. I just cannot say no to this pen. But definitely recommend checking out notebooks from Notebook Therapy. They're really beautiful. They're really good quality. You know, gorgeous covers. They also, like I mentioned, have washi tape and stickers. They also have stamps, all kinds of things. But yeah, I want to hear from you. How's your One Book July going, if you're participating in it? What are you thinking about this notebook size? Have you tried TNs in this kind of format, not the thin ones, but actual notebooks? And if you like this kind of videos, please like, please subscribe, and I want to hear from you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and until then, you take care.